think recently there's just hasn't been that much that's really. I've seen the trailer and gone, I really want to watch that. I think the
Mm.
last film where I was like, that was out at the cinema, and I was like, I have to see this now was Barbie. I think literally that was the last time I was like, I need to see this film.
There have been a lot of movies this year that have been. I saw this on Twitter, trailer fishing, where basically the trailer is so interesting and gripping, and it makes you want to watch the movie and to go see it. And then you watch the movie and you hate it, like not hate it, but
Yeah,
not like it as much. Because there were some people that obviously like saw the Five Nights at Freddy's trailer, which is really really good, and initial reviews for for the movie have not been great. I don't care. I'll watch a bad movie. Like I'll
yeah,
I'll stand by I'll stand by what I said because Venom is one of my favorite movies ever, and that movie is not great. The second one is a little bit better, but I don't care. I like them both. Okay, and
yeah,
then Saltburn is another one because the trailer is really masterfully done, and Emerald
yeah.
Fennell is a phenomenal director. She is. But there have been some people on film Twitter saying that the movie was not that good. So there's been a lot of that going
I
on.
think I also think sometimes like I don't need every single film to be a cinematic masterpiece.
Of course
Sometimes I
not.
just need a film that's going to keep me entertained and keep
Yeah.
me like, okay, I'm just going to tune out for a couple of hours and just
Yeah.
enjoy my time.
I definitely agree with that. Like sometimes I just need a film that's like fun. But if I'm watching a movie and it's bad, like it's just bad, then I'm just kind of like, oh, why? Because I've gotten to the point now where I'm like, me, myself, and I will walk out of the movie theater because
Yeah,
if it's not interesting to me, I'm not gonna finish it. I've started like stop. I will start movies on streaming services, and I will just stop them. I'll just be like, you know what, I'm done. I'm
yeah,
gonna go rewatch Heartstopper instead of finishing this because this is a waste of my time.
yeah. I did that recently with um I decided to watch that film Old, the M. Night Shyamalan one.
I haven't seen
And
it, but let me tell you something. No, go
don't
ahead, go ahead, go
don't do
ahead.
it. Don't watch it. I got to like this certain point of the film and it wasn't great, but I was like, I'm gonna power through because I like some of the actors in this film
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna power through this. And then I just got to this one point and I was like, no, no, I just can't. I just cannot do this.
I don't know what it is about M Night Shyamalan's recent movies, but it feels like
Hmm.
whenever you hear about the film and you hear what it's about, it's like, oh, this is a good concept. This is a great idea. I want to go see it.
Yeah,
I want to see this and manifested as a film. And then you watch it and it feels like it starts off good, but then it feels like he started off with a good idea and then he kind of just
yeah,
like BS the rest of it. So then you're watching and you're like, okay,
yeah.
so what's going to happen? Like, what's next? What's the point of this? Like, I tried finishing Knock at the Cabin, and let me tell you something.
Yeah.
First 30 minutes, I was just like, okay, you know what? I don't care who you pick. I don't care who you
Yeah,
pick. I would just rather let the world burn at this point because this is so bad.
yeah,
Also, Dave Bautista is such a good actor. Why
yeah.
is he in this terrible movie? It's bad.
Oh, that's that's the problem. And I recently watched The Village
I
and
haven't seen that.
Signs.
Hmm.
And The Village is a great film
Okay.
until the end of the film.
Hmm.
There's like a very
If you enjoy watching these highlights, subscribe to the channel and turn on post notifications so you know when a new video is uploaded.
definitive point in the film where everything changes and then it just goes downhill. And I'm like, if they'd have carried on with like what the first part of the film is,
Hmm.
like that would have been a really great and terrifying film. And Signs, I think, is sort of just universally accepted as a very good film, generally anyway.
Hmm.
Even though even though the end of the film does annoy me a bit,
Hmm.
like if you've seen Signs,
I have, yeah.
it annoys me that they're essentially asleep for the entire alien invasion. You don't see anything.
Yeah. Yeah, I know.
It's
It's
such a cop out. It's me and John were talking about it, and we were saying it's like very akin to the "it was all a dream" sort of thing. Like you just feel let down.
hmm Yeah, no, I completely agree with you. I just sometimes when you watch movies that are heralded as like this is one of the best movies ever made, if you have like a
Yeah,
list of the top 100 movies of Roger Ebert, like that's on the list, and then you go watch it, and then you're like, I don't know why y'all like this movie so much. It's terrible. Like
yeah.
it's not good. And a lot of times when people regard movies that are so poignant and important to cinema, I understand that when that movie was made during that time period, it seemed like the
Hmm.
turning point of cinema. It seemed like, oh my gosh,
Yeah,
this movie has never been made before. This concept is so different. The cinematography, the writing, the direction, the acting, the artistic and visual aspects of it is so phenomenal and out there and out of this world. So now when we watch it in present day, it's just kind of like, okay, so they were asleep during the whole thing? Got it.
yeah.
Mm,
Okay,
okay,
okay.
yeah, okay. So for us, it's not as impactful, and for
Yeah,
people who like were alive during that time period, it's like one of the best things you've ever seen. And then they also hate new cinema, which is stupid because new cinema gets better every single year. But you know, we don't need to get into that conversation. But yeah,
yeah. No, but yeah, no, I agree with you. I can't even remember how we got on this topic.
we were
We
talking
were
about
talking about like,
trailers.
yeah, trailers that like the trailer fishing, but
Yeah.
isn't that the point of a trailer? Isn't the trailer supposed to be so good it makes you want to see the film?
Yes. Yes, it is. It's just disappointing when the
Yeah,
film sucks.
definitely.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's why I'll watch trailers for some things. I'll watch it for like Marvel films because
Mm-hmm.
it's a Marvel film. It is what it is.
Yeah.
I'm not expecting a great deal from
Yes.
it, apart from the Eternals, because that was great. But I'll watch trailers for Marvel films and Disney films because, again, it is what it is. But for everything else, I like to go in blind
Mm-hmm.
because, like I don't want to go in with this idea of like, this is going to be the best film ever.
Mm-hmm.
And then get in there and be like, oh no,
Yeah.
I've made a mistake.
I completely agree with you. 100%. Um, I excuse me, I do think it is better to go in blind when it comes to like certain movies, you know, just so you
Mhm.
have just like a fresh mind and just kind of like open to what you're gonna see. That way, you're not kind of being like, okay, so this is gonna happen, this is gonna happen. You're not trying to like predict that. I guess I
Mm,
don't know. You know what I mean?
yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's it because I think when you see a trailer, sometimes you sort of make the story in your mind or you make the film in your mind, like, okay, I guess this is what's going to happen. And then if it's not a great film or if it's nothing like what you imagined, it can just be a bit like, oh, okay, that's what's happened there then.
Since you're at the end of the video, don't forget to like the video and leave a comment down below. If you want early access to these highlights, join our Patreon. Patrons have access to our entire archive, including full-length videos. Patrons also have the opportunity to choose a topic for our podcast, and they get the opportunity to be a guest. Join now.